This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gab-fed show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. You have to pay for the machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know it's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.com.
And do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to Man Talk 133 with Charles and Darl, the movement dedicated to empowering men, uniting brothers, and building a strong coalition. This is more than just a conversation. It's a call to action. Join us as we uplift, support, and inspire men worldwide. Because together, we don't just talk, we lead. We grow and we conquer. Are you ready to be part of the coalition? Let's dive in.
Welcome to Man Talk 133 with
Yes,
Charles
sir.
and Daryl. Welcome everybody into the show today. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, bro? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Man, nothing to it, man. It is nothing to it, man. Another day
No
here
doubt.
on MB Radio, dog. MB Radio. So today, man, we got a topic, man. We're gonna dive into, man. As you see, it's from corporate. From combat to corporate. Entrepreneurship for veterans. First, man, let's, we vet. So
Right.
you just want to thank all the veterans, man, for everything they've done, man, to
Right. That's right.
be here and sit here like this and do, these podcasts and stuff and be able to travel, just do things, bro, like we normally do. So, I kind of felt like it was a night we can share some information, man, to kind of, if they're thinking about doing a business, entrepreneurship, whatever, if they're thinking about doing it, man, it's we're gonna go over some information that may help them. You know what I'm saying? They transitioning from military, to civilian. They may not want to, since the military has a little bit of freedom, like you can travel all over the place. Where they may not want to settle down into like a 9 to 5 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so used to being and going and doing, right?
Right.
So we're gonna go with a few little things, dog, for
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know what you're going into, but I was thinking some of them, they do a little traveling, but it might be a little bit more structure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Than others, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's right. So, some of them, they just, they just may want to not settle into a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Because of where they come from, and stuff like that. So, brief stat: over 2.5 million there are over 2.5 million veteran-owned businesses in the USA. Now, let me start by saying this too. The information that we're giving, go do your own due diligence. Make sure you go do your own due diligence on it, because as I do my research, I go to different sources and I find it, and I go from there, and then I come back and I report what my research is. Now, You know, people are more than welcome to go do their own research and find what they can find. You know, I'm just gonna give an overview. I'm not gonna go into depth. I'm gonna give some, you know, some companies that they can look into for franchises, you know, if they want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to help the vets out, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So the best way to predict the future is to create it. As Abraham Lincoln said that, dog. You thought with me, then you like, well, hold on, bro. Abraham Lincoln, dog. He said that. I'm gonna give him his props on that. Right. I could have left Abraham off, but I'm gonna give him his props on that.
Give him his props.
So let me ask you something. Now, you was a veteran. I am using the military, using one, Marine Corps. So, what do you think would make veterans great entrepreneurs, bro?
Well, for me, I think they had. Yeah, that for one of them, make them a great entrepreneur. They had that. A lot of them had that drive, and that that push. They don't have that. They don't have. We don't have a lot of vets. I'm supposed to say a lot of vets. We don't have the I give up mentality. Right. In a lot of things, especially like taking care of business or doing. If we on a task, we ain't gonna quit. Right. So I think that's good. That would give them, even though veterans may quit on other things, you know what I'm saying? They may just quit or give up on themselves, and then they may need some help in that area. But like as far as like entrepreneurship, and they got a task and at hand. I think they got the willpower. They won't quit. Yeah, you spot on because one thing about veterans, they have discipline, they have leadership, they have risk tolerance, and they have resilience. Most military people, they made it to certain levels in the military, even making it through basic training. You got a little bit of discipline and a little bit of resilience, that you can fight at least that little bit. And you think about the ones that did the 4 years and they did the combat side and you had to go to war, and then the ones that had to go, had to did 20 plus and retired are the ones that still in there. They had to have, that type of discipline, because you're talking about, running a business. Got to have some discipline. And see, a lot of times, man, a lot of people, like you on these jobs, it don't matter what kind of job it is. You may have a old vet or something like that may be on the job with you. They may be in charge of the department that you're in, or whatever little community that you may be working in, right? And sometimes, man, the vets like that's in that leadership role, like you said, leadership, right? Some people may not understand it, but they be like, man, he hardcore, man, he always on us. But they got to take in consideration, if he was in, like you were saying earlier, like a combat vet or whatever, or just being a vet in general. Yeah. Hey, man, we can't eat until all of us eat. Yeah. So so they might not like the guy in leadership, no vet in leadership, but that's how his motor is. Yeah, he's set up like that. We leave with 5, we come back with 5. Yeah, that's the way he's set up. He's programmed to, like the small details matter. Yep. And a lot of people, like you said, may be on the job, like man, he just nitpicking, man. He on this, that, and that. Some cases, some people may be nitpicking, but a lot of times, like you said, vets, if they in charge of something, it's attention to detail. Absolutely, and that's what you need. That's exactly what you're gonna need if you decide to come out of the military, or you're a veteran right now and just don't know which way to go. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't like the job. I don't like this. You bouncing from job to job. You might want to look at starting your own business, because the veteran mindset is mission focused, team oriented, and adaptive. So you think about it, man, you come out of a team where whatever your platoon, flight, whatever you're in, y'all moved as a unit. Yep. So you have that mission focused. Like, if I start this business, I want to be the best that I can be. You think about like
when you was in the military, when you put your blues on, you want your stuff to be the best looking.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to be the best at it. I'm
the
best at it.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna outdo me. Can't nobody beat me. I'm just gonna be the best. It ain't a competition, but it's just to me, it's a competition within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't want to be the last man left out. So I want to be the best.
There you go. And that's the mindset that every veteran has. Like, although some of them, they may fall short, but they still got the mindset like, hey, I still want to be the best. I am the best at whatever I've done. And this dude's running laps around them, but that's just the mindset that they have to succeed and to be on top. And you think about it, man, so many jobs that's in the military, people picked up while they was in there. They can turn their skills to the veterans. Y'all can turn y'all skill into a business.
Yep.
I don't care what it was. If it's welding, I don't care if it was talking, taking pictures, cooking. You worked in the chow hall, hey, you can turn that into like a catering business. I'm just saying, if you was really about that life and cooking, like my man up here, y'all want some fried fish, you got
right. But that's powerful that you said that though, because I know a lot of guys, that was like that I used to work with my old job. And they were, like I know at least one guy, he was in the Army, but he was a welder.
Yep.
And to like what you said, even though he was working out there with me, and they like as we the older we got, now he probably think on that. I'm pretty sure he probably, even though we discussed it, he thought about going to other jobs, but never discussed of him being his own welder.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he actually was a welder. That's what his MO was when he was in the Army.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you can take that skill that you had or did when you was in the military and turn it into a skill. Some people was in IT. Some people was in planning. Some people was mechanics, logistics. You can go into logistics. You don't even have to have a truck. You can be a broker and make money as a freight broker. It's different ways you can just start your business. You just gotta know that the information exists. And as we go further into this, I'm gonna tell you the main thing right now that stops a lot of people from starting business. That's capital.
Right.
If you ain't got the money, you can have the best idea in the world.
Right.
You ain't got it. You can't start it. I mean, just say for example, some of these guys, they came out and they was in infantry or whatever in the military. What's the company that was overseas?
Blackwell.
The security team. They went to work with them, right?
Yeah, Blackwell. Yeah.
So you could actually start your own security business. You could start with one little car, get you, hey, let me do this one little gig, with the little blue or green lights on it. You know what I'm saying? Get the right insurance, get the right whatever, and you making money. Before you know it, you can grow it into whatever you want to grow it into. You know what I'm saying? Like some people good. Yeah, some people good at like for example, you, right? Your passion for weapons, you turn it into a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? So people that like guns and stuff, you could turn it into a business. You just got to know the right avenues to get there, right ways to get there, bro.
Right. Just like you said, you can do classes, even though classes may be just a little bit of the ice tip, just a little tip of the iceberg. But as you go forward into the weapons, firearms or whatever, you can do classes like we do. Yeah. But like I said, we haven't even tapped in as far as having our own gun store.
Exactly. Or gun range.
We have looked at it, what I'm saying? But like I say, just tapping around with it or whatever, just peeking in at it. But you can actually do that, like say, your own gun range as well.
Yeah. I mean, you can charge people to come shoot on your you got land, so many different ways you can make money, and veterans got to understand what they kind of possess. A lot of them, when they get out the military, they don't think about what they did. They just toss it to the side, and they don't want I don't feel like I want. And let me say this: owning the business ain't for everybody. That may not be your lane.
Right.
you may be meant to be a worker. I don't know, but if you're gonna start a business, right before we go to the break, if you're gonna start a business, start small and scale up. We'll be right back after the break, y'all.
All right.
I wish there was some place that I could go where I got the promise to never be alone. These bars all have last call, and my friends, they ain't home. I wish there was some place that I could go with a heartache this big, a bottle this small. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it all. I need a 24-hour heartbreak saloon where they never have last call and play country tunes. When she walked out of my life, I nearly broke down, drowning my heartache in every bar in this town. Sooner or later, they all closed the doors, and I was left playing guitar at home on the floor with a heartache this big, a bottle this small. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it all. I need a 24-hour heartbreak saloon where they never have last call and play country tunes. With a heartache this big, a bottle this small. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it all. I need a 24-hour heartbreak saloon where they never have last call and play country tunes. Yeah, they never have last call and play good old tunes.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.net.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome back to Man Talk 133 with
Yes,
Charles and Daryl on this Friday, y'all. Hope everybody is doing well. So
That's
before
right,
we
that's
went
right.
to the break, man, we was talking about how veterans can take a skill that they learn
Mm-hmm.
and they can use it in the, to start a business. For example,
Mm-hmm.
Motor T. They might have a CDL. They can come out and buy their own truck. Next thing you know, they got a whole fleet of trucks, y'all. It just started with one thing, dog. The one thing it started with is an idea. You got an idea, and you got that grit, all that stuff we named in the top.
Yeah, but you know what though? I'll go back to what you said earlier about the guys or girls or whatever, women, young ladies or whatever that may have worked in the like I said, the mess halls or the chow hall. They can, like you said, it's a big need for catering.
Yes, it is.
So they could, like you said, they can tap in, because everybody needs a good caterer from time to time.
For real, man. Everybody needs a good cook.
Yeah, that's a real good, as far as like if you know how to, you know your foods and stuff like that. Like a lot of those guys, I guess they title themselves as dietitians or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You think about it, man, you got weddings, funerals, just corporate events.
All the time.
All the time, man, so like I said, start with an idea, man. You just jump out there and you just do it. Like some people good on the computer. They make it do e-commerce. They're good at, selling stuff online, finding the right resources to flip stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it be shirts, shoes, it don't matter. They just know how to take it, and they can take an e-commerce build business and make it money and not even leave home. Other than, might not even have to go to UPS. I mean, they may come pick it up. I'm just saying there's different ways that men and women that y'all can make money. And as we talked about before, start a business, and we talked about before, is capital, them resources, them resources. If you ain't got the money, it's gonna be hard. I mean, I know I wouldn't. I'm talking about me personally. I would not get my family and friends involved by investing in something that may not work. So I'm saying, if you know your idea is solid and you know it's gonna work. It's like, for example, I'm gonna give them a real life example. You and I, right? You and I had at one point had 1.2 million in real estate. You and I was what do we call it? OPM, other people's money. I had the idea. You had the credit. So we worked it out where we had, I think, like 10, 12 problems, something like that. Then the crash. When the crash hit, you got to know when to jump out and let the parachute out and land on the ground softly. You know what I'm saying? But at one point, that's what you and I had. So I'm saying it's nothing wrong with that if you got an exit strategy. Right. You ain't got no exit strategy, you just gonna wing it.
Right.
You're gonna have some problems.
You gonna sit down with the ship.
You're going, the Titanic straight to the bottom. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So if you're gonna do that with other people's money, make sure you got an exit strategy in place so you can jump out. You know what I'm saying? And then toss it off. But the resource part, the money part, I'm gonna highlight a few of these. So you got the SBA, Office of Veteran Business Development, the OVBD. Okay. Not to be confused with the SBA. The SBAs is like the small business loans, right? Small Business Administration. So I'm gonna give an overview of the Small Business Administration and give the contrast of the two, right? Just ride with me, dog. When I go left, I left, you go left.
I got you. I know where you're headed. I know where you're headed.
You know what I'm I lean down, you just lean with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got you. We own it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? SBA is a U.S. government agency that supports small businesses by providing loans and loan guarantees, offering training and counseling, helping small businesses with win government contracts, assisting with disaster recovery, all that good stuff, right? That's what they do, help women businesses. You know, they got stuff micro loan programs, all that, right? contracting assistance, help you do all this other good stuff. But this is the one for veterans. That's why I say don't get them mixed up.
Right.
The SBA Office of Veteran Business Development is an office inside the SBA, which specializes for specifically focus on veteran entrepreneurs.
That's cool right there though.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like they got a group within the big group to help the vets. You know what I mean? Because a lot of vets, they don't know that.
That's why we here, dog.
Right. Yeah.
We're to give them the information, dog.
Right.
That particular department, which is the OVBD, it serves veterans, service disabled veterans, reservists, National Guard members, active duty, military transition into civilian life, military spouses. That's another one too. Military spouses got to know what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Like what they got to offer for them, because there's some stuff out there, man, that for them just as much as it is for the actual veteran. I guess they said because we serve, they serve, you serve. Ones that's married, you know what I mean?
Right.
And key services, veteran specific training programs such as Boots. I'm gonna go over that. Boots to Business, veterans, outreach centers, and all that stuff like that. Now, anything now you want to add to that?
Oh no, you good. I'm going with you. I'm riding with you. Okay. I know where you're headed.
All right. Boots to Business is another one. Boots to Business is a free entrepreneur training program offered by the SBA, which is the Office of Veteran Business Development. It is designed specifically for active duty service members, veterans, and military spouses who are interested in starting or growing a business. So what I'm saying, I got some more stuff to go over with these two, dog, because I'm gonna tell them, more of what it is. But what I'm saying to veterans, if you want to start a business, we taking all the excuses out.
Just tap in, man. Like I said, we giving it to you right here.
We taking all the excuses out, dog. You know, some well,
and like I said, they even got a lot. They even got some stuff for your spouses too. Now your spouses can tap in.
Yeah,
even like the business side, or either with the medical side. Of course, they can get the medical anyway.
Yeah. Y'all gotta let them know it exists though. But like I said, man, the Bible said, our people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. And then when the people get the knowledge, they don't want to share it with nobody. They want to keep it for themselves. And then that's where the problem come in. Like if you got a successful business, if you're a veteran and you know this information, I ain't saying it ain't been talked about, but what I'm saying is if you know this information and you ain't sharing it with nobody, because I'm gonna tell you, when I started doing my research, I'm like, oh boy, I mean, I started finding stuff myself. Right.
And the guys ain't saying nothing about that.
Not a word.
Not me being in the veteran circle. For what few guys I know, I ain't heard nobody say nothing about none of those services or whatever that you talking about.
Me either. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna try to finish up Boots to Business before we go to the break, right? Boots to Business is part of a transition assistance program, TAP, offered by the U.S. Department of Defense. It introduces participants to the fundamentals of business ownership and provides resources for launching and growing a business. Who can join active duty, reserve, military spouses, and all that, right? Some of this stuff I'm gonna tell y'all up front, it's gonna cost y'all a little bit of money, but it's probably gonna be worth it. Just like you do a LLC, S-corp, whatever y'all gonna do, it's gonna cost you some money to do it.
Yeah, and that's what'll happen before you go to the break too. That's what happened a lot of times. People, guys, girls, women, whatever in general, they don't want to extend and put that up front.
Yeah, you got to do it.
You got to do it though.
You got to
put that up front to open the door. You got to put that key in.
And you know what's the crazy part about it is I think they got a thing called I think it's Busy. I believe They're the only thing you have to pay is for the filing fee. I think they pay for the state fee or something like that, and it's if maybe $100 and something, and then you get the EIN for free.
That's
cool, you go to the IRS, you get EIN right now. But we're gonna jump back in this right after the break, y'all. We'll be right back, y'all.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey, from the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Lay down in the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.net.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome back to Man Talk.
Yes, sir.
133 with Charles and Daryl. Today's show, again, for the people that might be tapping in later on in the show, from combat to corporate, entrepreneurship for veterans. So before we went to the break, we were talking about boots to business, right? So this is what that program includes. Let me tell you, y'all ain't even got to go there, bro. Like it's virtual. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Right.
What the program includes: an introductory 2-day workshop, in person or virtual. And this is what it covers. It covers topics like business ownership basics, developing a business plan, because that's definitely going to be key. That business plan, your legal structures, that's going to be key.
Right.
Financing options, market research, resources available through the SBA and its partners, which is the OVBD side for veterans. All this stuff is going to be important because you're going to have to know, like, when you start going to do your legal side of stuff, you got to make sure that stuff set up right. Your market research, you got to make sure you doing your research in the right market.
And then too, man, like you said, virtual. If we go ahead on, we would, I'm saying we as a whole, but if we was to go ahead on and tap in, like you said, a lot of times the resources are right there, but we don't tap in. And what I'm saying? We just want to skip past that and we just want the right now product or the finished product.
That's what we want, dog. And I'm telling y'all now, it don't work like that. You're going to have to put some time in. That's why owning your own business is ideal for veterans, because they have that grit, determination, discipline, all that stuff they got. They just got to shift it into owning their own stuff. I personally feel like like us, we doing this right here, work, getting sponsors and all this other kind of stuff. Talk Media, is a entity where it goes beyond just this, what I mean? And you just got to have the structure in place. You got to have a want to in place, the structure, go get the education. It's free. Some of the stuff free. Some of the stuff I'm reading off is free or little or nothing.
That's why I was saying, man, a lot of times, man, we just don't want to tap in. Like you said, you can go virtual. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, tap in, get the resources and do a lot of times, we just want it right now.
Yeah, well, and then that's what ends up happening. We want it right now. And guess what? Your legal ain't set up. You come up with a great idea. You ain't patented, you ain't trademarked, you ain't done nothing. Now you out here just growing something for somebody else to go behind you and just and pick your idea.
Yep, they just take it from you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. Now, we'll say this is one thing I did learn. For the people that really ain't got the bread right now, do what y'all can do. Y'all can take and write y'all idea down on a piece of paper. Write all your stuff down. When you started, everything, write it on a piece of paper and mail it back to yourself. Is what they call is a poor man's patent. Just don't open the letter. Tell your wife, I'm gonna send this letter back to myself, or your husband, I'm gonna send it back to myself. It's called a poor man's patent. You put all that stuff in there, and then if anything happened before you get your regular patent, you can be like, no, you're on just stamp right here, say otherwise.
What do you say? I got receipts.
I got receipts in this envelope. And
you know what? That's powerful right there too, man. Because that's all. Like I said, I didn't even know that. Like I said, you just drop some knowledge on the people that can, they can possibly do that on any kind of project.
Any kind of project. You mail your patent and stuff together, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, mail your stuff back to you. Like I said, it's like a receipt.
Just don't open it.
Right.
Or you had to mail it back to yourself again.
Right, because like you said, they're gonna have the post dated, stamp or whatever on it. So when you go to had to fight against somebody about hey man, this is my deal. Yeah. This is my patent, whatever you call it or whatever. And then you look back in the envelope or that letter that you sent yourself. When they open it up, voila, it's there.
All of it right there. And guess what? Somebody got to pay you now because it's your stuff. So I would suggest, if you don't have the money, and they also have what they call a provisional patent, which I think is cheaper than the original patent. But if you don't have the money to do neither one of them, you got the full patent, you got the provisional, and you got the poor man's patent, dog. If you can't do the other two, do the poor man's, dog, so you can send it back to yourself. Detail it. I'm telling you, detail it. From A to Z, all the way through drawings if you got some, photos, whatever, and just mail it back to yourself, dog. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Would that be good too? Like I said, with the detail, could you have it just go ahead on have that notarized too?
If you want to, you can have all that notarized and then just mail it back to yourself.
Yeah, I would, like I said, if I was to do something like that, I think I would prefer to have a notary to notarize it, just in case, they be like, even though, it's still a good strategy. In this case, they be like, where they open that envelope up and doctor it, and then they seal it back up. Yeah. But even though they'll know, they'll be able to tell whether the envelope was doctored or not.
Yeah, because the post office put that little stripe on it, with the time and stuff on it. So, but that's a good point. You can, do like he said, do like Daryl said, y'all go get it notarized. I mean, that way we ain't got no kind of, until you can get your money up to get your original patent, do the poor man's patent.
Then mail it, like you said, mail it back to you. It's notarized and everything. Post office did their thing. You good.
Now, if you can't afford to get it notarized, dog, I mean,
right.
It's $5, dog.
Right. That's right.
Come on now. I know you got $5 to get it notarized. Bro.
Right.
All right, yo. So still in we still in the boost to business. I think I'm right. Yeah, boost to business. We still in that. Hold on, I passed something, dog. Okay, yeah. After you do the first part, after completing the intro workshop, participants can access deeper training, 8-week online classes, online again, through Syracuse University's IVMF, Institute for Veterans and Military Families. Let me tell y'all something about this, so y'all won't think it's no bull jive. If I had, I didn't think to put it up here, I would have put it on the thing so I can put it up on the screen. Now, through this program right here, I got a A+ certification through this program, and then cost me a dime.
It's Syracuse.
Not through this IVMF, Institute for Military Veterans and Military Families, through Syracuse University. I got that free. Then cost me a dime. I'm telling you, this stuff works. You just got to know it.
Tap in. You just got to tap in, man. Like you're already doing it from home. You just got to get up off the couch. Even though you can do it sitting in the couch.
Yeah.
But you just got to, you know what I'm saying? You just got to, some people just be like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of it tomorrow. And then tomorrow be 3 days, then 3 days be 3 weeks.
Nah, it's a bad strategy. Like you said, once you finish, get up, do something with it. Don't sit on it, because what end up happening, once you get done, you lose interest. And then here you go, you're like, hey, it's been 3 years now, and you're still in the same position. You got all this stuff for free, and ain't did nothing with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same way like you was trying to turn the people on about taking their class.
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
Did when you said you did, like they'll be like, well, I'm gonna log in, I'm trying to take it's a free class. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna start tomorrow on it. Then next thing you putting that off too.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Then, like you said, then you'll lose interest in the class too. A free class.
A free class. Let me go back and read that, y'all, so they won't think.
Yeah, read it for them one more time.
It says right here. Let me go back to the top, y'all. This is where the free part at, because I know y'all like that. Where my free part at, Doc? Here it is. My bad. Here it is right here. Topics. Let me finish this part of the 8-week online class through Syracuse University. IVMF, Institute for Veterans and Military Families. Topics include entrepreneurship fundamentals, opportunity recognition, and business planning. Key benefits, free of charge. Free 99 if you want to say that, dog.
And some of them still won't tap in.
Will not do nothing. That would not move a muscle. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Now you give me the information for y'all. This is just 2 of them. I got some more I got to go through. Giving y'all the information for it, because like we said in the beginning, most times it's the capital that stop people from doing anything. I don't care if it's getting a house, a car, whatever. Some people can't even get to work.
Right.
Because they ain't got no money.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, well, hey, I need this job, but I ain't got the gas money to get there. Can't get to the interview. So you're gonna have to have money for anything you do. I don't care what it is, and you got to want to. This free of charge, led by experts from the SBA, the VBOCs, and partner organizations. Hands-on learning and real-world examples. Access to long-term mentorship and SBA resources. And we're gonna be right back after the break, y'all. Finish this thing up.
That's right.
Signed up to fight for freedom. What a price you had to pay. Picture in a helmet, missing family every day. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane. Some scars we'll never see. She will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter. She's a sister and a friend. Standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. On that old dusty base with the meadows that shine, she's been to hell and back for the stars and the stripes. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane, and some scars we'll never see, and she will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. Yeah, yes. For the ones that didn't make it, we will pause and then we cry. We can still see their smile in every sunrise. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her.
Military broadcast.
I don't know what happened, dog. Well, we back, y'all.
Yeah, we back. We back.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all.
Well, you know
what happened, but technology will do you dirty and hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. You know how these internet technology, man. You know, unless you show enough in a professional like studio, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wow. You got producers.
Yeah.
You doing live shows and all kinds of stuff. Anything can happen. Stuff pop off.
Right. Yeah, you right.
We back. Welcome back to Man Talk 1.
Like you said, we back.
We back, dog. Technology, y'all still lost because we back. So I'm gonna hop into this, and then I'm gonna go through a couple other ones because I got some places I got to give them to. How to enroll in the business boost to business. How to enroll active duty members can register through their basis or transition assistance program TAP office. Veterans and spouses can register directly through the Boots to Business website, or contact your nearest Veterans Business Outreach Center, VBOC, for upcoming dates.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's cool because, like I said, man, we didn't. As far as I remember, before I got out, I know you might have been saying vets in general, but like I think they have classes now for a lot of guys, like like their last 90 days left or whatever. Different classes, stuff like that they can tap into before they get back out into the civilian world. Now, on my side, we didn't have none of that. I don't know, like back then, because it was back then, or it was probably on the infantry unit side. We just cast on the backside over there as security or whatever.
Right.
So we don't get none of the good stuff like y'all did in IT.
Yeah, for real.
But that's good that you tapped in on that, because like I said, a lot of veterans are now getting more information versus especially when I came out back in 91.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more out there now, man, and we trying to feed it to them, Doc. We're trying to give it to them so they can go ahead and get what they need to get. Now, this one right here is basically, this is for women. It's called Veteran Women Igniting the Spirit of Entrepreneurship, or called VWISE. VWISE, and the overview of that, VWISE is a national entrepreneurship training program operated by the same place, the IBMF at Syracuse University, in cooperation with the Small Business Association and the OVBD, all these little these things here, boys. It's a lot of them. It's designed to help women, veterans, active duty service members, and female military spouses launch and grow their small businesses. So, how to participate? Honorably discharged women, veterans, active duty women include National Guard and Reserve, women, military spouses or partners, including widowed spouses / partners. Now, this program is set up as a 4-week online. You ain't got to go there, bro. It's online.
Again, online.
Again, approximately, if you ain't got 3 to 5 hours per week to learn business fundamentals, instruction, you don't need a business.
You said 3 to 5 hours a week.
Per week. Approximately 3 to 5 hours per week of business fundamentals instruction. If you can't do that, you don't need a business, bro.
You can get an hour a day, or like what I would do if I was tapping in like that. I know you was referring to the women, but if it was a case for everybody, which it probably is, man, I probably get my time in the first Monday, the first day of the week.
I'm trying to get it out the way.
Yeah, second day of the week, I gonna get them at least split it in half. I get 2.5 hours one day and 2.5 the second day.
Get it out the way, dog. I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Includes modules, business planning, finance, marketing, operations, HR, and more. All this stuff, especially the business plan. That piece right there got to be one of the most important parts. That business planning, because if you plan that business wrong,
right,
it's just like building a house with a bad foundation.
Right. Yep.
Eventually, over time, the one side gonna sink and the other is just not gonna be built right. So you got to make sure it's online. Like people's excuse, well, I can't get there because it's online. Now they got in person too. They got a now this one right here, phase 3. I'm to my stuff, dog. My stuff just be doing its own thing when it wants to. You think I'm joking, dog? I be on some and do it, just take off and do whatever it wants to. I promise.
We went all the way back to the top.
Yeah, always scroll all the way back up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But this particular one here, for the women, VWISE, phase 2, a 3-day in-person capstone conference held in rotating cities in the U.S., Atlanta, Nashville, Jacksonville, different places. Workshop panels with industry leaders. And sometimes, that's good because you can go in there and show you how to like an elevator, like pitch your stuff. You know what I'm saying? They'll pitch, hey, I got this idea, so pitch it to me. And you got to be able to sell it. Like, hey, I got blah 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 blah. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do a pitch real quick. Hey, y'all, check this out. We got the Man Talk 133 t-shirts on sale right now. I mean, look at them. What kind of shirts?
Hey, you doing a good pitch, dog. You got it. Go ahead and run that back one more time.
Yeah, hey, now we got the Man Talk 133 t-shirts on sale right now on our website, mantalk133.com. MANTA, the number 1K, 133.com. I'm just saying.
That's it, dog. That's it.
You got to be confident in what you're saying. Now you got.
That's it. That's it, dog.
If you ain't confident, yeah, there you go.
You ready for Shark Tank? Like you said, maybe think about them guys when you said, be able to pitch. You got
to be able to pitch it.
You pitch
now for real. And that practice, when they go in and practice that, it's just like doing the elevator speech. Like, sometimes you gotta, if you in ministry, you're trying to get somebody to come to your church, you got to do an elevator, learn how to do the elevator speech, or you trying to minister to them. You ain't got 2 hours, bro. You got like 2-3 minutes. You got to go in and say what you got to say. If you can hook them or not, and keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so the cost for this is which is crazy. Listen to this. Cost and funding, $75 registration fee. It covers the online coursework, 2 nights lodging, and most meals at Capstone Conference. So tell me where you can go in the world where you can pay $75.
Run that back for the people again, and let them know where this is for $75. And you can eat from the calf and all that.
This for women. V-Wise. Right.
Okay.
Go look up the letter V and Wise, WISE. Cost and funding. $75 registration fee, which covers the online course, 2 nights lodging, and most meals at the Capstone Conference. Participants have to pay for their own transportation and one person to evening meal, which is, who cares about that? If I'm getting all that for $75, I don't care.
Right. Ladies, I know this Man Talk, but we need y'all to get on that. We need y'all to tap on that.
Y'all check it out, man. And then so I'm gonna go down here real quick because boy, we running out of time. So I want to go.
I'll let you go ahead and finish it off because I know we're pushing for time.
Okay, I want to go through what is the Patriot Boot Camp. I'm going to do that another time, y'all. We're running out of time. Now I may be able to come back up to it, but I did want to go over. Let me get down here to it. Not the grants. I wanted to go over that too, but I told you I do too much. I do a lot of research, dog. It's just I'm still scrolling. The Bible verse, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with the many advisors they succeed. Proverbs 15:22. Then I'm gonna go down here. Where is my stuff at, dog? It's at the bottom. That's exactly where it's at. I bet you it's at the bottom. All right, I'm gonna go over some business real quick. Top franchises for veterans before we get out of here. Number 1, Snap-on Tools. Industry Automotive, the tools, the tool people that come around the little sell tools. Veteran support up to $20,000 off startup costs through their Veterans Incentive Program. Why is it great? Mobile tools, strong brand, and ongoing training. 7-Eleven, convenience store. Veteran support offers up to 20% off franchise fee for qualified veterans. Why is it great? It's a low initial investment and strong corporate support. Anytime Fitness, health and fitness, discount on franchise fee for veterans. Why is it great? High success rate, recession resilient industry. Now, there's another one for y'all, dog, before we get out of here. Two more. UPS Store, veteran support. They give up to $10,000 off franchise fee for veterans. Why is it great? It's a structured environment, great for military discipline and organization. Think about that. And then one more before we get out of here. Dream Vacations is a travel agency. It's home based. Veteran Support. It offers free or deeply discounted franchise to qualified veterans. Why is it great? Low overhead, travel perks, and remote operation. So look, we gave it to you.
Yes, sir.
Can't make you do it.
Just get off the couch.
Just get off the couch, Doc.
Even though you can do it on the couch.
Oh, now some of them you can do it on the couch, virtual.
And they still won't get up. But anyway, go ahead on, take us on out, bro.
Hey, man, thank y'all for joining. Man Talk 133 with Charles and Dara. Hey, we gave some great information. Y'all get on it. Until next time, God bless, and we'll see y'all on the next show.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.